Alright, we should be live now. Welcome back to whatever this valley is called. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, we're out of cordwood. Well, in any case, welcome back to Mike's Basement. Welcome back to Railroads Online. I bought a new engine, a new locomotive. This is the beast, or beast. It's the Climax. It was either the Heisler or the Climax, but to be fair, I like the Climax just sort of how it looks a little better. And I love this gearing system that they have put in here. You know, it's almost like the gearing system you have in a car. It's pretty awesome. What this means is that this kind of locomotive here can pull really, really hard. It's not as fast as the others, but it has the ability to pull like crazy. Alright, but in any case, I think we're going to need some, we have a little bit of iron ore still. I think we should go pick up some cordwood, and then bring it back here. And then I can show you around on, I've made a lot of changes on the tracks, but let me take you for a tour. Oh, well. First things first. Let's see, did I disconnect this? No. I think I do need somewhere to put these cards. Let me see. Let me just make some quick changes here. See, 0. Shouldn't be any breaks on these two cards here. All right, let me pull them a little bit forward. Let me just see how much fuel we have in the machine. 35%. Let's put a little bit more in. As you can probably hear in my voice, I'm probably having some kind of little bit of cold or something like that. All right. Hit the brakes. Oh, wrong way. Alright, so my thoughts are to be making some kind of I have the room. I probably don't even have the, yeah, I do. I can put it right here. Let's demolish this rail here and all of this down to around here. And let's put in a right switch. How much room did I make between them? Essentially none. Unfortunately, you cannot link them. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I can link them together. I can try to get them close enough. See, now it sort of pulls a little bit up. Maybe there? Let's see. Yeah, that'll have to do. Alright, let's knock down some trees. I'll just turn up the game volume quite a bit. So as you can hear, my daughter's on with me. My wife is here as well, but she's going to go to work in a little while. I really do hope that they seem to be linked nicely. So, I'm so sorry about all of this sniffling and all that. Let's lay some tracks down. Let me show you a little neat trick that I saw someone use. All right. Yeah, of course I got stuck. Something like that. All right. So let me show you that little trick. I mean, I don't know how well it works, but that doesn't work either. Alright, let me just do what I did first. Yeah, they're still not stopping the tracks. Oh well. I'll figure out a solution at some point. Let's just make sure that the... Oh wait, and I'm also using a little map called Railroads Extended. I use it primarily just to see where I am on the map. It gives a little bit more detail. You might get to see the map in the top. I'm not sure when it attaches. I don't know if that's present on stream. Let me see. No, it's not present for you, but it is there. And I primarily just use it to sort of get my bearing. It will mean that this turn here is going to be a little bit more steep. Let's see if this over here works as it should. See if we get any derailing. Hopefully not. But you never know. Oh, wrong button. No, no derailing. Let's get these wagons in here. You know what? Let's belay that for a little while. Because I want to show you something. Let me show you around some of the changes that I made. So we are going to change this back. Let me see, can we buy another? How much do I have? Yeah, let's get another another hopper. I could get a fourth one, I think. Almost. Let me see. 888 and it cost 850. Let's just get the fourth one. Let's see if we can run 4 hoppers. So we need to go back and get these. Turn the lights on. So one of the advantages, sorry for removing the sound, but one of the advantages is that I can throw the switches on the map. So this roundabout thing here, that's one of the changes that I made to make the incline a little less steep and also the turns more subtle. Not that it is really needed for this train here, but it also looks cool. Hey, wait, stop. I'm being stupid now. Let's just get back. Sorry, I'm going to throw another switch here. Let me just break the train and do some Dukes of Hazzard shit here. Alright, let me see. Hop. I mean, just one, just one faulty step and you're off. Now the other one that you can get that is also sort of a hill train or incline, a powerhouse instead of a bullet train. Really not a bullet train, but a faster one is the Heisler. So there's the Climax and the Heisler. They are also the most expensive trains that you can get in this game here. But I like them. And apparently I've heard rumors that we're going to get articulated trains, which is going to be even more cool. Truth be told, in my free time, I haven't really spent that much time contemplating or working or whatever you want to call it with the small gauge trains. I have a Märkling model train somewhere. But as far as I know, they are normal gauge. Alright, let's break it up for a little. Let me just see if I've sort of ready over here. No pin, and the brake should be. That brake is not. One of the brakes is the last one that's set. Probably. Yeah, let me switch this off. Switch this on instead. Because I might as well drag these carts here with me. And then we're going to see how good my tracks really are. Let's see if we aren't there now. Close enough. Alright, release the brake. Let's see how it goes. So now it needs a little bit more juice in order to pull all of these carts up. And we're also going to see whether my tracks somewhere around are subject to derailing. I'm afraid that it might be the case. Let me just check all of the...
Har du ikke lige spist frokost?
So this train here, it can really pull a lot. I try to make these turns here as gentle as possible, but we'll see if I succeeded. There are some sharp turns around there. That's why I wanted to get the 4 hoppers to see if I can make the turns without derailing. just make sure that my switches up here are thrown as they should be. Sorry about losing the audio all the time. Yeah, they are. Yeah, so this round bridge is one of the changes that I made for the in-game. I've been very busy, as you can see. There's also something over here, we're going to see that in a little while. Now this switch here, I need to change that at some point. It's sort of an intermediate solution I have in order to continue around in this track. But I'm not sure how many carts I can pull at once through that turn there. This is also one of the changes that I made. You're going to see that in a little while. Eventually I want to have a double track here, following this track here, sort of roughly. Still in one piece. That's good. Let's pull some brakes here. Oh, the wrong one I fiddled with. Alright, so let me see, where is the best place to put these carts? Not the hoppers, that's not what I'm talking about. Bare vent, Sofie. I think I know where I'm going to hide them. Or whatever you want to call it. Not hide, but... put on some brakes. I don't want to go blasting through this switch area here. I changed this a little bit, so this goes down to the, again, you can go straight back, I've made sort of a double track here, actually. So they are sort of two separate tracks that you can use. But this here is the limit as how much I can get around in some of the... What? Why was it derailed there? Oh. I threw the switch wrong. Alright. Well, that's my fault. I would still like to know how to turn them. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Should be like this. The issue is I threw the track correctly with respect to what I wanted to do. But elsewise not. This is still online. Let's remove this, put this in. Alright. Yeah, now you don't want to move, huh? Little card. I'm going to throw the brake on this one here as well. There we go. Give it a little nudge. There we go. Ja. Ja. Det regner du altid med. Jeg siger, det regner du altid med. Alright, let's release this one here. And pull the brakes on this one here. Oh, the train hit. That's why. Hi. My wife is going to work. That's why she's... Oh, no brakes. Let me offer a solution. Or an explanation. Not here. Let's put in... Alright, take two. Let's try this again. Let's release the brake on this one here. Yeah. Let me just make sure that no one else is braked. This one. No. 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 Alright. Now I should be ready to do what I wanted to do. Alright, we should be clear of the switch now, so I'm going to... You know what, let me try something. Might derail everything. But let's see how it works. And I hope that I'm fast enough. Let's see. There's something else I can show you that is a little bit interesting, and that is if you run with logs, if you deliver all the logs, you can still if you have filled up the logs, that's what I wanted to say, you can still earn money on it. All right, here we go. All right, I didn't expect that. I thought they would be skipping down. Alright, since they aren't, let's just do this the right way. And now it moved, obviously. I don't want to just plow into these wagons here. But I do want to move them a little bit. Alright, let me run down and stop them because I think they're running loose here. That's as far as you can go. For now, at least. Alright, let's just pull the brake here. So. Alright, let me see. Yeah, they are a bit close down here. Let's see how close they actually are. I might be able to get by. Oh yeah, one thing I need to fix down here, and I have absolutely no idea why I did this way, but it looks completely stupid. Let's make a little bit more room so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. I mean, look at this. Why in the world did I do that? That little notch there. Let's see. Let me see if this will make any difference. Probably not really, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, let's make this turn a lot more nice and even and soft. Did I get that? Yeah, that's okay. Let's see, how does that look? I wonder if I can stretch it out even further. see. Yeah. That seems a little bit more rounded off. Alright, let's go pick up that hopper. 2 hoppers, actually. Should have cleared us, and it has. Alright, so we're going to go down there, and then we're going to go up this way. I don't think I have anything needed for this switch here, but I'm leaving it for now. Yeah, they seem to be okay. Just make this a little bit pleasant looking. That's a little bit better. Alright, let me see. Yeah, that's the way we need to do it. This turn here is also a little bit sharp. So on this long stretch that we're going down now, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yeah. At one point down there, I'm going to make a switch, and then we're going to go off to that side here. Maybe 2 switches so we can go back and forth. I'm not sure. And that is going to lead down to the ironworks and I think it's the oil field that is down there as well. Down that direction there. It should be a valley, so it should be relatively flat. I don't know. We're going to see. I turned the audio down for the game, but let me just oh, I cannot enter the menu. Just turn on the music. This stretch here could also be a good place to, yeah. Let's just do that. Because this is a nice straight line. So let me make sort of a, you'll see what I'm thinking about in a second. Alright, let's make this a left one. A lefty. And up here in the other end we're going to put in let me see if it should be a righty. It should be a righty, yeah. Because then I can do what I really wanted to do here. Up. There was the linkage. Alright, so let's connect these. I would still really like for them to give us some kind of color change, anything like that. To show when you are out of length or whatever you want to call it. There we go. Alright, let's see. Make one out like this. So that I have a little bit to work with here. No, I don't want to put rails. Rail constant grade. That was horrible. Alright, let's see how are these switches thrown. Yeah. Let me show you my idea, what it is I want to do here. You probably already figured what this is about. I could have made it longer, but I don't need it to be longer right now. I could have just used the re-rail, but this is a little bit more realistic. Up, stop. Didn't even see that. Du skal stadig bare vente, Sofie. My daughter is watching something on television, and she hasn't figured out yet that in order to get a new episode of what she's seeing, she simply just have to wait for it to refresh or restart or whatever you want to call it. Break. That link is already there. 100% break. Remove this. Alright, let me show you how that little mini-map works if you haven't already seen it. It's pretty neat. Unfortunately, you cannot see it. Oh, no, wrong way. It gives some small abilities to change stuff in the game. You can also cheat if you want to. I don't want to do that, because you can make both experience and money relatively easily. But let me show you what you can do. So I'm going to throw this switch right here. There we go. And in my opinion, that's not really cheating. I mean, you didn't have remote switches in this era here, but on the map I can also see where the switches are. Oh, wrong way. And let me use the map to throw that other switch. There we go. Do I have a pin on the back here? No. I can tell you this much: if you want to see a fast-paced game, then this is definitely not the game for you. Let's just put it like that, because this game here is anything but fast-paced. That's fun. And because you need to lay the tracks in a reasonable manner, it can also be pretty challenging. Alright, so we're going to throw these switches here. Let me just show you when we are past. Now the switch has been thrown. That's pretty safe. Both of these switches I can see here are accurate. So this goes down to my garage for the train bedroom and the freight station selling point. And obviously down here the starting point where you all your new bought stuff spawns in and all that. So if you want to challenge yourself, running around with hoppers, moving ironworks and all of that around is definitely what you need to do. But I would argue that if your interest solely lies with... by the way, these switches I cannot throw on the map because they're not there. If your interest solely lies with grinding money, at this point here, I would probably argue that you would be best off just running lumber. Because you get $60 for one wagon of lumber. They're pretty pretty fast to get filled up. Oh, it's 100%. All right, let's see. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know if it's a bug or it's intended. But oh, forgot something very important. Yeah, the water temperature is also below. It's not boiling, so. But let's see. There we go. Let's put one pin on this as well. Link and a pin, and remove the brakes. We should have enough boiler pressure to pick up the last wagon, but then we need to wait for the water to boil. And this is also the place where the multiplayer aspect of this game here is sort of very evident, that when you get wagons of this length here, just 4 wagons is enough to make it a little bit hard to navigate around. 0 and 0. All right. So when the temperature of the water is above 100 degrees, I will we'll get going. Yeah, it's okay now. Let's just again, I'm sorry about the sniffling and all that. I think I've got a cold, so that's why. Let's hope that I threw these switches the right way, otherwise we'll get another derailing. But there is one switch that I know I need to throw. Let's see, up here we're going this way, and this way. Yeah, that should be accurate. There. Throw that switch. I wanted to start a route here. I have absolutely no idea why now that I wanted to do that. And I need to log some trees here. That is probably also something I want to do offline. But right now I want to show you the huge work that I've put into making actually a complete circle. There's one more switch, a couple of switches that I need to check. Yeah, this one here. And that is precisely when we run around with the hoppers like this. I want to make a more elegant solution. Right now I just put it in to show you. One of the things I've found is that with this locomotive here, it seems to be a little bit more stable when you're pulling the carts instead of pushing them, especially when they are empty. But other than that, I really love this train here. It's not fast, like I said. It seems to be roughly more or less the same speed as the just slow down a little bit in these sharp corners here. Let's see if we can derail some wagons here at these sharp corners. Yeah, I got the most powerful one. And boy, is that a power horse. I mean, it's not a race car, definitely. But it can pull. The only thing is that my tracks are not made for pulling really many wagons. But I guess all of this here is going to be about 40 tons. So I guess that's something. I think I ran into a call. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. With respect to this game here, I definitely didn't lay on the lay side, or whatever you say, the lazy side. I've made quite a bit of changes, but you're going to see that. And I got the, I don't know if it was the map you talked about, but I got the Railroads Extended map. I basically only use it to teleport myself around. That is sometimes needed when you fall off a bridge. And then I just use it to have sort of a an overview of where I'm going. I know that you can do all kind of cheats and all of that with it, but... And I tried the building tool in it is pretty okay if you want to outline a track that you want to do. But building in itself, it doesn't seem to work. Maybe with tracks, but not with groundwork. I've also redone many of the initial ways up to the iron mine that I did in order to make the inclines a little bit less steep. There's still some funny stuff going on here, but I might redo that at one point. Just a second. Hey, Sophia. Full brakes. I just need to help my daughter out. 2 seconds. And I think I'm going to blow my nose while we're at it. All right, I'm back. On a completely different note, something that I noticed that is actually pretty cool in my opinion. That's probably a cat. Is that when you turn off the audio, or close off the audio, whatever you want to call it, in OBS, the sort of indicator grays out, but you can still see how much volume that is coming into the mic. Before, you could just see the little sort of lamps in the end light up and down. That is actually something I find that they've changed that is pretty neat. Alright, so before the only way down here was this way here. This turn here is a little bit sharp, but this here should be fine. But then again, famous last words. I think it'll be fine, and then crash. So all of these bridges here should have no more than about 4% incline. But then again, when you said this is the most powerful engine, I am fairly confident that you wouldn't be able to pull these 4 carts up with the Betty or Betsy on this incline here. This is also some of the sort of crazy stuff that I need to clean up. I want them to go sort of this way here underneath all the pillars instead of like this where it just looks, well, what it is, sort of patchwork in order to get it working. I mean, the reason why I made that little roundabout that you can see the next, if we go around one more time, is basically just to show off this, what is that? Death Bridge style. Just floating. Ah. Let me take a look at that when we are up at the mine must be somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure I still have over 100 units of iron ore left, so should be quite a bit of trips. Sure, you can try to share it, but I'm not sure that that my bot will catch it. I guess you need to go into some kind of dev mode in order to get it. There are also some small things that I've noticed. These lamps here, they're pretty cool. I mean, they're okay. But there are some issues. For example, if you go out to a certain angle, it looks a little bit weird in my opinion. In my opinion, you still should at least be able to see the glass being lit. But it's a small thing. I mean, ah, nice. Yeah. Nightbot. I haven't really spent that much time getting the Nightbot set up properly. The reason why I actually decided to go with this way out instead of just making it go all the way around and back was that no matter how big I made the turn here, I always derailed the 6 carts that I tried. So I just thought to myself, what the heck, why not just need to deliver some beams up here. That should do it. Up. There's one thing that I wanted to do, so let me just let's see. Well, I don't know, you can open 2 at a time. I guess if you're very precise, you can maybe place 2 wagons just in that with this link here, just in the center. I don't know if they're spaced enough to do that. But I mean, I only have 4 wagons, so it's not a big deal. Ah, okay. You're thinking about somewhere like that. Then I can just lift it up a little bit. Du bliver nødt til at vente. Let's see. All right. So 40 tons of iron ore. Yep. All right, let's see how this... I've never been down this way with only with 2 carts, not 4. Again, on this route here, I also tried my best to make the turns as soft as possible. I also redid the whole thing in order to not have it. So at some point I had, I think it was 8 or 9% incline. Instead, I should have a relatively steady 4 to 5% incline all the way down. This is one of those spots that I don't want to go too fast through it. But other than that, the turns down the road down here should be relatively reasonable. I read somewhere that the top speed of this train here in real life should be around 13 to 15 kilometers per hour. That would be what? 6-7 miles per hour? Maybe 5, somewhere around that. So it really isn't very fast. I mean, I know that you can gain momentum down a hill. Obviously. Westman, do you know if the compressor brakes here, if they still are only locomotive or engine brakes, or are they actually connected to the wagons themselves? It seems that it is still only the engine. Because when you brake, the wagons sort of clump together. Yeah, instead of just using raw hand power in gears and levers, you now have a compressed air to press the brakes together. I guess it works somehow somewhat a little bit the equivalent of the compressor in a brake compressor in a car. Even though that's, I don't know if this also switches from air to oil at one point. As far as I remember it, in the car you have your pedal that translates into an overpressure inside the air compressor, and then that translates into some kind of piston that will push the oil in the brake pipes. I don't know if that's the same here, or you have compressed air directly on the brakes. I mean, not on, but you know what I mean. Someone on another stream I just watched yesterday, he asked if this here is because the brakes are hot, but it's not. It seems that the brakes are actuated by wood or cork or something like that. So here we come to one of the major changes that I made yesterday. I think. Yeah, it's here. Yeah. I mean, obviously the compressor is still important, because depending on how much air you put inside the compressor, how much pressure it can contain, you can really gain an incredible amount of extra force on the brakes than you can from sheer hand power. And even if you put levers and gears and oil compressors and all that kind of stuff inside. Let's get above in. But yeah, having compressed air going yeah, I'm pretty sure. And that's also why you can run with these 2, 3, 4 mile long trains today, is that you have brakes on all the wagons. If you didn't have, it would take, I don't know, 15, 30, 50 miles or something like that for that kind of, depending on how much speed they have, of course. If you did a state-to-state train travel, you would begin to apply the brakes sort of midway between one state and another. Apply full brakes here, because this turn here is a little bit sharp. Could been worse, but... And I'm not entirely sure whether the switches are thrown right here. They seem to be. Oh, it does? Okay. That's pretty neat. Let's see, yeah. I don't know what it is, but it looks like something like a wood plate or something like that that you have in. Can you see the brakes here? Yeah, there they are. Oh. Hun sad på arbejde. Oh, wrong way. Do you know if they have applied this physics to the caboose here? Because there's just a handle inside the caboose. But that would give it another roll than just, I mean, look cool. So how much do we make? It's not terrible much that you get for iron ore, even though you have sort of quite some steps to go through compared with what you get for logs. See, if I've continued straight there, I'll be dead just as before. Alright, let's switch this one here and get these carts. Ah, okay. And I was wondering what the role of the caboose is, other than when you're multiplying, someone can go, I don't know, I won't say hide in the caboose, but sort of go take a break. Alright, let's see. Just check the front one here. And as you probably can hear, one of our cats is in heat, so yeehaw! That is just so funny. Alright. That was just right there. And just to make sure that I don't plow into these carts here, I'll just throw this switch here as well. There we go. Let's go get some cordwood. But before we do that... Let me go throw these switches up here in advance. So this one is wrong. Now let me just show you this little roundabout that I made. I haven't tried this with a lot of cards yet, but like I said, I want to make a more elegant solution. I think I want to make a loop down here, because this is really just to show that I've made a route all the way around this valley here. Jesus. That's a lot. So in other words, don't go try soloing a 70 with 14 full iron mine carts. That's also 140 tons. I wonder if this little late here make any difference. The hatch. No. I love this little circle here. It's so cool. And it means that I can make the incline a little less steep. Yeah. That's also just half. So this is sort of the little roundabout thing that I was talking about that I made. The sole purpose is that you can take a full round with the mine carts just for the view, because it is a longer route. And this turn here is really, really not nice. Alright, let's go back. And then you just continue, I mean, the same route that we did before, and if I continue, I'll die as well because the switch is wrong. Alright, let's go back. I know that some people have made bridges with switches on, so you can sort of make a... I could have made a mid-bridge switch somewhere around here. It just seems, in my opinion, extremely unrealistic. I mean, who would be the kind of fuckhead who would go out on the middle of a 140 meter bridge and begin to throw around switches in midair? Okay, sure. I obviously won't be going anywhere, so yeah, that switch is okay. Okay. go pick up those cordwood. Cordwood carts. For the smelter. So we can get some more iron stuff. See how much we can sell that for. Probably still not as much as let's see. Let's put a link on this one. Just do that. There we go. Let's see. Release the brake. Any more brakes on? No. 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 And obviously not. Alright, let me see. Yeah, that should be. Contemplating whether there's a way I can get the locomotive up on this. Well, there is down at the area, so let's just go down there. Some way of getting it. And here I also made the route just more straight down there instead of going all the way around in weird angles. It did mean that I have to make a little bit more steep incline, but not much. I mean, still around the nothing that this train here can handle. And I could have put 4 more carts on and still it would be completely perfectly able to handle it. I wonder if logs are more valuable than cordwood. I think that some of the prices here are a little bit weird. For example, I think it's a little bit weird that you get just as much for logs, no, not logs, beams as you do for a lumber. At least considering the amount of work that you put in making lumber, or not making it, but transporting it. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, maybe they should change the price for packages. I mean, what price do you put in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a 6 package of lumber, but only 3 packages of beams. So if 1 package of lumber is worth the same as 1 package of beams, you would still get more for lumber than you would for beams. Roughly there. All right. Begin loading. I love the sound from this train, and you probably get the same from the Heisler. Yeah, that's true. But I'm just thinking about sort of the labor that you put into stacking lumber is obviously more than you do stacking. Yeah, that's true. The depots, yeah, I know what you meant. Because you put more labor into, for example, also like this stacking cordwood instead of instead of stacking over here. It doesn't take that much time to stack 6 pieces of logs, but it does take some time to stack, what is it, 8 pieces of cordwood. Or is it more? No, it is 8 pieces. I know this is meant to sound like someone who's cutting down trees with an axe, but it sounds a little bit like someone playing tennis. I'll just listen to it again. I mean, when I'm stacking 8 pieces of cordwood like this on 4 carts, maybe the time difference it takes is not that big compared to logs, but if you have 8 carts, then I'm pretty sure that you'll maybe have at least half a minute, maybe a minute in difference. I know that you get $60 for one when you sell logs at the sawmill. You get $60 per wagon, I think it is. Let's see how much you get for when we sell this at the ironworks. Let's see how much one wagon of cordwood gives, if it's more or less. Hopefully it shouldn't be less. I mean, that would be terrible. Did I have a station for... No, I didn't. For wood here, or let's see how much... 51. Let's take 5. So given the distance that you travel, to me it still seems that logs is the best way to grind money. Now how much experience you gain by selling logs, I don't know. But if you want to grind money, it's a relatively short route. You can do it with a lot of wagons. And you can even pull it with the little Betsy. One of these little bit tight turns. One of the things that I would like, I don't know if this is just me, but one of the things that I've noticed is that it still seems to me that the derailing physics somewhere a little bit strange. I had a sort of a relatively sharp turn where I would expect the one of the wagon. I had the what is it, six wagons with that can carry it's lumber and beams, and for some strange reason, the carts didn't derail where the sharp turn was. They derailed later at a softer turn. In general, it seems to me that the physics has been improved, but there are some places where it seems a little bit strange. Sorry. By the way, Westman, and any of that is watching, if you notice that sometimes the audio disappears, it's every time I click on my little map out here on my secondary monitor, the audio disappears. I have no idea why it does that, but it just does. And there's no setting in the there's no way in the audio settings to no, break, stop, yeah. I just noticed. Let's hope that it can get itself back on track again. Alright, let's see. It just managed to make a little tuk and then got back again. Alright, let's see. Let me look at my map here and see. This one here is right. This one here is right. This one here is right. Yeah. It should be fine now. That was close. I know that I have 100% physics on here, or whatever you want to call it, realistic, but I still think that they are starting a little bit slow, so I just want to make sure that I don't have any brakes enabled. Nope. Alright, so it's just the weight of the cars. That one is okay. See, how much do I have? Level 6, almost level 7, and 838. Alright, so let's see how much we can get for one cordwood, and compare it with what we can get from one lumber. Not one lumber, but no, sorry. One log, but not one log, one Wagon with locks. I've also heard people say that in real life, when you had these sort of mountainy, hilly areas with trains like these, you usually didn't, at this point in time here, you usually didn't have these 8, 7, 17, whatever it is, long trains. You usually have between 4 and 6 carts. Alright, so this is thrown the right way. And as far as I can see, this one up here should be thrown the right way as well. Yeah. Let's hope, because otherwise it would be a really terrible place to derail. One thing that I would like for the devs to add to the game, whether it's realistic or not, is either an engine RPM measurement device, or preferably some device that you some little knob out here there, or whatever that you can see the speed of the train. Because right now I'm just looking at this table, or this little transfer plate down here, and sort of roughly to gauge how fast it is spinning, in order for me to gauge if the train is sort of going too fast or not. I know that technically the train cannot go too fast, but sort of the place where you think, oh, right now I'm probably close to derailing. Alright, so all of these switches here should be thrown the right way. It's not my own, I have to admit that. I saw it on on another guy's stream. And break. All right, let's see. So I have now 838. Put that into my little calculator here. Just so I can remember it. Alright, let's see. 918, so 80. Right. So you do get a little bit more here for cordwood than you do for logs, but not that much compared to the the distance that you have to travel in order to do it, unload it. So the next big question is, what do we get for the metalworks here? Metalwork stuff. Raw iron and rails. Yeah, a perch loop is a nice way to sort of get rid of a lot of altitude in a sort of relatively slow sort of what do you call it? Neat way, sort of. You don't end up with a 7 or 8% incline, but you can do it in, I think this is 3 or 4% incline. I think actually 3. The incline may even be so small that the little Betsy would be able to pull these 4 carts up. But it's the braking that would be the issue here. You need to keep the speed really under control. Let's get some fresh air inside. All right, so let's I don't know, let me show you the thing about the lumber if you don't already know that. So one of the things that I thought was that if you sold lumber to the sawmill and they didn't have use for any more lumber, you just be plopping logs down for no reason at all. But even if you go above the amount of logs that they need, you'll still get paid for it. Which, in my opinion, is probably a bug. Because it seems like, yeah, we don't need the log, but I'll pay it for you anyway. I mean, why would you do that? Alright, let's find a way to find a place to get rid of these carts here. I have the perfect spot. Alright. Those two switches should be thrown accurately. We'll see. Otherwise you're going to enjoy another derailing trains with Michael. Yeah, I know. I need to extend the area I have down with the either here or down at the sawmill, either down at the freight station or at the sawmill. I need to have some sort of place where I can park all the wagons, so I have them collected at all one point. I'm thinking about the sawmill because it's sort of roughly in the middle, but then again, for this industry that I'm running around now, yeah, the sawmill is relatively in the middle. But if you take all of the industries on the map here, I mean, you can see the freight depot is actually way more in the middle. So the only thing I need to contemplate right now is how to get to the coal mine. I guess one way would to extend the line further over at the smelter and then follow that area all the way down to the coal mine. I'm not sure that is how you're supposed to do it, but I guess my idea would be to actually start at the coal mine and then work my way backwards. All right, so let's set a brake on that guy. Remove the pins. No, let's just leave that pin in here. Alright, let's throw some switches. Yeah, that was my idea as well. I mean, obviously, I still cannot show you on the map, but I have actually made some kind of... let me just do it. I forgot something that I can do. Let's just fill it up with wood. All right. Let's do a little flight. Alright, so this is, I mean, you can see I already sort of tried to do a little bit of it. I have a bedroom here for the trains, and then I have tried something with a turntable here. I don't think I've really figured out how to use the turntable. It still seems a little bit finicky because, yeah, that little big pull. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the heck this really looks like. I guess you're just doing it like hard labor, just pushing it around. And here is a little still having pressure in, but still I'm pretty sure that there's no fire or anything. Yeah. Interestingly enough, you could set the reverser to, pretty sure you could set it to 0. There. Yeah, and then just turn the regulator up and then lose pressure. Interesting. But that's so far I've gone this time here. I haven't really done much with it. Let me try to make one of these again. Probably need to do it a little bit further away, even though it will look weird. Yeah. I guess that's an okay stopper. Let's try over here as well. No, not a. I don't know how functionally this is, or it will just derail the train or something like that. But I guess it does look a little bit like a big something like this track here. I could continue that straight out and make a lot of switches to make a train shunt or wagon shunt. I don't know, this way down there perhaps. I'm not sure. You'll see what I come up with. Or maybe just remove that and use... I don't know. I'll see. Alright, back to where we were before. So down here I'm going to make a little bit of a turn magic, or what, I don't know what you call it. One thing that I have to admit that would annoy me a little bit when this game eventually goes released, or whatever you want to call it, is if they reset all my tracks. I don't mind if they reset my economy, that I'll... Yeah, rail buffers, yeah, exactly. Real rail buffers, not just made up ones like I just did here. I don't mind if they reset my economy. I mean, that's okay. I'll just throw this switch here, if I did. There we go. That would be fair enough. But the tracks here, they have... there's a lot of effort put into those. Yeah? Just a second. The television turned off on my daughter. All right, back again. So we have a Sony television that turns off after you've watched a couple of I think it's about 4 hours or something like that, and it's pretty clever, except when you have a 4-year-old who doesn't understand what. No, go back. Sorry, forgot to throw the switch. Who doesn't understand why she asked me if it was sort of like her iPad when it's running out of battery. If the same was with the television. And again, here's sort of a needless kink that I need to sort of sort out. Break. Alright, I'm going to do this hand power. Let's see, nothing there. Is this the brake? No. Let's turn this on. I think it's the last one let's just check them all. Maybe just, I think I'm going to throw 2 brakes here just to ensure that it doesn't move so much when I hit it with the train. Or hit it, but bump it. Alright. That should be close enough. Was. And the link should be okay. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get some logs. Get some money from some logs. See if I can do this without derailing the whole train. Bye bye, Wasteman. Bon appetit. I forgot something here. Because I want logs. So we need to go down this way. Alright, let's see. Let's get some logs loaded. Make some money. And when we have delivered these logs here, I will sign off for today. I need to take care of my stuffed nose, as you can hear, and get a little bit to eat. There we go. Alright, let me see if I can make the same system here as well. Where's the crane? The crane is there. Alright, let's see. No. Works. Yeah. Yeah, it's just this wire that doesn't work.
Let's see how they are placed with respect to the cranes. A little bit further back. Yeah, that should be okay. Alright. So by running logs, you can actually increase your amount of money you have pretty significantly. That should be fairly reasonable. Yeah. Sorry about all the sniffling and all of that. I can't help it. You can even see when the logs are getting on how they're sort of pushing the carts down. That's pretty cool. Well, not that's 12 tons. That's some heavy stuff. Out there. I'm using the little map I have on my second monitor, so if you're sort of wondering how I know sort of roughly to stop the cards, that's where I know it from. Oh, he's some balancing master here. He can stand on one leg like that. Could I add 2 more log cards, then I would have, I think it's 10. 10, that should give 600. All right. This locomotive here really is a little powerhouse. Alright. Let's get all of this unloaded. See here. Still getting paid even though it's full. That seems a little bit strange. Good, easy, relatively fast money. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this little episode here, or part of my stream here, even though I'm afraid I'm a sniffling sucker at the moment. Yeah, sorry about this. I guess there's nothing to do about it right now. Just like always, stay safe out there on YouTube. Those of you watching there, please consider give the video a like if you like it. Yeah, even give it a dislike if you dislike it. If you do give it a dislike, I would appreciate at least if you would put down on a comment why you gave it a dislike. It's not mandatory, it's just something that would be nice for me to know. Except for that, those of you who are watching on Twitch instead, please consider following my channel and come back for more Train Sim World, Flight Simulator, Star Citizen, whatever I'm sort of in the mood for. I don't have a regular schedule because I found that, well, my average viewing count on streaming is not as high as I would have hoped, given how much time I put into streaming. So it's not sort of that I just want to stream 2 times a month and then expect to have 100 viewers. But I mean, I have with the amount of followers I have right now, about 60, I think it is 60 something. I should be able to muster at least 3 viewers per stream, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So I've gone away from streaming regularly every day, but instead streaming when I'm in the mood for it. It usually ends up being almost every day except for Tuesday in any case, but it might vary a little bit. Right, especially right now when you can hear I'm stuffed and all of that. I mean, I just feel horrible right now. Not in the slightest mood for streaming, honestly. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to show you what I've done. I wanted to show you the loop I made down at the other valley, and I'll get back to you tomorrow with hopefully some more improvements to the tracks and some more inspiration for you guys. Yeah, 132. I'm sorry, you just came. You pulled an. If it was another streamer, I would say you pulled an IROC. I don't know what I want to call it here, but you came just for closing time. I'm sorry about that. But I'll try to be here tomorrow. If I'm feeling worse than I do right now, I'll not be streaming, but I hopefully feel a little bit better tomorrow. It seems to be just your average regular cold. I don't have a fever or anything like that, so it's probably not COVID, which we already had around here in the house anyway, so hopefully I guess I've had that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anonymous 132. Alright guys, I will go take care of my stuff nost, and yeah, me too. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't feel bad in the sense that I'm just sitting here slacking in front of the computer and just, you know, when you're having a high fever, just sitting in front of the computer, just the sort of, you're just staring at the screen and you're just, I mean, playing a game where you have 2 buttons to press and you don't know which button you need to press the next. I don't feel like that. It's just, I sound like I've put 30 potatoes inside my face and trying to speak. So that's the issue. I could play the game and I will continue, but talking and all of that, that's the hard part with the way I am right now. I can tell you that what you will probably see tomorrow, if I come back streaming tomorrow, I will have made, because I noticed something. Now I've made a route that you can go directly from the lumber area, what is it called? Logging camp. Down to, the Pine Valley, no, that was the name, Pine Valley, yeah. The lumber yard here. Go back and forth there. I've made it so you can pretty much go back and forth from the lumberyard down to both the what's it called? The the iron mine from here. But when I want to sell the stuff I have here, I've cut off my way to go directly down to the freight area or the freight camp or whatever it's called. So I'll try to see if I can find a way to make some kind of crossing out here and then go all the way over here to the track I have down here. That should be possible. I just need to find where the best sort of way to go through is. Alright, so that's probably, if you're going to see any changes tomorrow, that's the changes you'll see. And at one point I want to make a double track. I mean, just to prepare for multiplayer at one point. Right now I don't need it because I'm not the only one going back and forth. But something like that, something in that sense. Alright, I will see you later. Bye-bye.